It's been said that if everything is art, nothing is. In a related vein, we can say that if everything that today calls itself Christianity is Christianity, then the word is meaningless. This is not a new observation, but let's apply it to the very current woke church. The woke movement defines people principally in terms of certain predetermined factors of their identity, for instance, skin color or ethnicity, or sexual orientation, or gender identity. Woke thinking has been springing up in churches for years now, but 2020 has seen an especially abundant crop of weeds. We've witnessed professing Christians marching alongside the likes of BLM. Twitter, as ever a fertile seedbed of woke nonsense, has been a platform for professing Christians to promote the notion that Western society is systemically racist. White privilege is received as dogma. It's not hard to show that wokeness is unbiblical. I don't think I need to quite get into it. Wokeness is worldliness and godlessness that has crept and in many cases has been allowed to creep or has been invited into the church. The woke social gospel is repugnant to the true gospel. It is really a false gospel, another religion entirely with its own categories of sin and atonement. Wokeism is not Christianity. Maybe your church is grappling with it. Maybe your church is overcome by it. You might want to pack up and leave, but that's not as easily done as said. Maybe you just hear about this all the time in media. When it comes up at church, you're sick and tired of it. Maybe you've begun to think that it's getting easier than ever to distinguish the sheep from the goats. The goats, after all, are bleating more noisily than ever. But is that so? Be careful where you are led. Not all false shepherds are woke. There are other versions of the social gospel. How much do you hate the woke movement? A lot? Good. You should. Just be careful that that doesn't send you into the arms of conservative Christian posers. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, says the world. But don't be deceived. Some of the most vicious enemies of the woke gospel are just as much haters, and even more, of the true gospel. They might be challenging the leftists at every turn. They might be right on a lot of issues, but be sure that their gospel is sound. The gospel is the first thing. No matter the state of things around you, no matter the leftism, woke culture, trigger warnings, no matter how exhausted you might be, if you pick a side on the basis of social issues over the gospel, you are in a dangerous place. Don't be fooled. Not everything that calls itself Christianity is Christianity. Don't make the enemies of the gospel of Jesus Christ your allies in the social war. Get your priorities straight. Don't let wokeness or any reaction to it be your foundation. Do not tolerate any compromise of the gospel, woke or otherwise.